The following podcast contains strong language and ridiculous cartoon scenarios conjured up by two self-proclaimed comedy wizards. Between you and me, they're more like Saturday morning court jesters fueled by sugary cereal. But either way, the opinions expressed and presented are mere musings, so please humor their well-intentioned hijinks with a laugh and not by taking anything they say seriously. Unless, of course, you want to pay them to say something else. Could always use a new pair of shoes.
Hello, everyone, and welcome. I am told, breaking news, this is a podcast. This just in, it's on the internet. They're telling me in my little earpiece here that I'm touching with my finger that I'm Brent.
This just in, I am Matt.
Oh, see, this guy's got an earpiece right next to me. I'm putting together the context clues that we're some sort of co-hosts.
Oh, no, we're enemy. I never thought I'd see Channel 4 here. That's the two channel news themes mashed together. That's the battle theme. Oh, no.
They can only use their fighting moves at the person in their ear that tells them breaking news.
I love that.
So, throw the kick. This just in, I'm being told to drop kick this motherfucker. Excuse me.
Being told that your ass is grass. Yeah.
I mean, this is just Anchorman. This is just a deleted Anchorman scene, basically.
We can do better than that, honestly.
We can beat Anchorman?
We can beat, because I'm thinking like a Persona-esque fighting game.
Okay. Where you're playing news characters.
Game. Yeah, your news characters. Think about those relationships. Pretty interesting. Anyway.
I'm thinking about them. This is a comedy podcast, I guess. It's about internet reviews. It's about thinking we can be better than Anchorman.
Uh-huh.
It's about believing. It's about achieving being better than Anchorman. He's got a podcast that's pretty funny.
Well, he should.
Ron Burgundy's.
He should.
Why are you being so aggressive?
Somebody has to be.
So, a little good cop, bad cop this week on Review Party. You want to start off?
I'll start off. I've got a Google review here. This is a comedy podcast that looks at internet reviews from all over the place. So today I'm looking at Google right now.
No way. Do people go on that website?
I'm a trendsetter, a trailblazer, and a bit of a bushwhacker. But right now I have a Google review for the album by Queen, A Night at the Opera.
I love Queen, but I only have ever had their greatest hits anthologies.
Same.
I think that's the true of everybody.
I can tell you the track listing, which contains God Save the Queen, Sweet Lady, Lazing on a Sunday Afternoon, 39, Love of My Life, The Prophet Song, Death on Two Legs, Bohemian Rhapsody, Seaside Rendezvous, I'm in Love with My Car, Good Company, and You're My Best Friend.
Yeah, I'm looking at the track list as well. The original release with the A-side, B-side.
Oh.
And Bohemian Rhapsody is the second to last song on the B-side. They tucked that little sucker incognito.
Was Google just messing up the order?
I think they just threw it up there.
Yeah, it's just sort of splashed on the top of Google. You want some songs? These are some songs that are on the album.
Mm-hmm. I guess.
Anyway, here's a review that comes to us from Warren Bell. That sounds like a name of significance, Warren Bell. But I'm not going to Google it. That's not what Google's for. Google's for reading this review from Warren for A Night at the Opera. Warren writes, I was 15 when it was released. Listened to it for the first time on its release date that evening on a very cool FM radio station in Toronto on my headphones. At the end, I was numb. I went up to the kitchen. My dad was there. He said, Son, have you been crying? I said, Yes. Why? I have just listened to the Sistine Chapel. 5 stars.
Yeah, I mean, that's probably a pretty good album.
I listened to it. It's all right. I mean, You know what you're gonna. It's Queen.
Yeah, it's Queen, so it's gonna be good.
It's gonna bounce and be like, okay, that sounds a little weird. That one's fun.
I'm a music appreciator at my heart. I love music. I've shared my love of music on this podcast a couple times, as have you. Definitely. And I have a lot of albums that are very important to me, but I don't know if I've ever... There's a couple albums that make me cry, but those are like sad rock operas. You know, there's like a storyline that's like, that's
absolutely
messed up, dude. That's tugging at the heartstrings. But I've never cried from sheer music enjoyment. I maybe express that through dance and or shouting, speaking in tongues, but never tears.
Yeah, like on the first listen of something, that it'd have to be super poignant. Thinking, if I'm seeing my favorite artist live in concert, hearing them perform a song that I've listened to 100 times, but then now they're doing it in front of me, that's going to bring a tear to my eye. If I mean, certain songs, good old Cats in the Cradle, talking about dads and sons, better watch out, because my heart is... Cradles? All of them? Silver spoons?
No, they wouldn't.
It's going to make me cry. Don't talk about cutlery. No.
Well, maybe it was different back in those days. You know, he made a point. He sat alone in his room with his headphones on, listening. But I've done that. I've sat alone in my room and listened to an album I really loved and been blown away. You know what I mean? It's rare in my life that I've been thought something was so badass that I cried. Maybe I'm a little jealous.
Yeah, well, I guess... This was 1975, so the other stimuli for Warren here,
right,
in his like basement bedroom, I have to assume, because that was one detail that stuck out. Aside from him living in Toronto, was that he went up to the kitchen. Maybe he's just in the basement. That's the music chill zone.
Right, right. Little record player or whatever down there.
Yeah,
radio.
He's just sitting in the dark.
In the damp darkness. Only damp Queen.
Canadian.
His teeth. The perfect chamber to shoot them through. Something I think about a lot is the golden era of music discovery and making that we live in. Like, because I grew up, indie music was already a thing. I don't know a world without like independent artists that get to distribute their music widely. I have a lot of CDs, but I'm used to, if I want to hear something, you know, I can find exactly what I need on the internet, right?
Right.
Back in the 70s, you had to listen to what's on the radio, and that's it, you know? And I'm sure that just made you like it, but I think there's probably were a lot of people that never got to truly connect with a genre, you know what I mean? Truly feel like that's their shit. So maybe this guy, you know, he's going in his whole damn life not hearing exactly what he wanted to hear, and then which I take for granted, you know. I can there's entire like Reddit threads written about deep cut music that I can listen to, but not him. He just had to put his headphones on and pray.
Maybe he cried because he was able to listen to a whole album on the radio and they didn't play any commercials.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's really nice, actually. They don't really do that kind of stuff. There's like double play Tuesdays.
Maybe you get an hour for the drive home.
Yeah, one radio station does like live music Sundays here. They'll play like live sections of live albums. But yeah. You it's rare you get like... And there's probably a feeling of community, right? It's on the radio. There's people all over his community listening with him in a way. That has to be quite uplifting. There's drunk idiots calling in afterwards, also crying.
Yeah. Oh, what's up, music? It's so beautiful.
Yeah. Maybe we just can never understand.
Sound like the Sistine Chapel.
This is pre-Weird Al, too. You got to think about that.
Everything was different.
Everything was different before the Weird Man. I wanted to bring this one to the table here. This is a review from Amazon for the Pit Boss Wood Pellet Grill and Smoker Cookbook. the Ultimate Pit Boss Bible with 1,500 amazing mouthwatering barbecue recipes. Become the undisputed pitmaster of your neighborhood. By Alec Poole.
Okay.
So a pitmaster, from what I gathered from the reviews, is a specific type of smoker, barbecuer thingy. And this is a cookbook for it. A lot like the egg. Is that popular around with dads around you?
Oh, the green egg, for sure.
The green egg. Those fucking things. What grabbed me about this, though, is they have, instead of more advertisements for the grill, they just have hand-chosen reviews.
Okay.
They put 5 stars by everyone, but I'm pretty sure they're from, like, magazines, you know? These aren't Amazon reviews. These are actual critics of... Well, it says chef, dietitian. This guy's an engineer, an accountant.
Everybody, all walks of life can be pit boss.
Right. So I just, as the review show, I thought, oh, maybe we can see what kind of reviews companies want on their Amazon page. So I'll read a few of these that stuck out to me, and then I'll read. I'll get you the real deal, folks. We're not letting Pit Boss? We're not letting Poole and the Pit Boss off too easy here, I tell you. This one is kind of stupid. This one's titled Powerful Recipes. I'm already laughing. I was not a big fan of preparing barbecue, but I have to admit that the Pit Boss device made me have second thoughts. The recipes in this book seem to be designed for the non-believers like me. On the first day, I started to experiment with chicken, which seemed to be an easy recipe. Following the instructions about the ingredients and the right pellets, the flavor became unique.
Just the first sentence alone is enough for me to roll my eyes. Not a fan of preparing barbecue. That is like, no one is holding a gun to your head. Say, man, it's a barbecue time, Pete. Gotta get, like, I'm not a fan of making a pot on a pottery wheel and then firing it in a kiln. I bet if I had a book, though, 5 stars.
I'm not a fan of, jogging in 120 degree weather, but maybe if there's a book about it.
Any tedious task, get me a book. I'll be a boss in no time.
If they continue, I felt so powerful that the next day I was preparing lamb for the first time in my whole life. The result was juicy steaks for everybody. I agreed with my husband to make a competition to see who could prepare the best smoked turkey for Christmas. He doesn't know that I already have selected the recipe. He cannot win. I have the power of the secret recipes in my hands. D. Holmes, dietitian, 5 stars.
Who makes lamb steaks? What? Did I get confused there? Was that just like lamb and then steaks? Because it sounded like talking about making lamb and the lamb and the steak was juicy.
Well, the classic rack of ribs, right? But I think that's why I don't know if I call it a steak or a chop. Where
comes in chops and nothing else.
Where it's the piece that looks like a nice steak and it's got the big bone sticking out.
If you kill a lamb, it becomes chops.
It becomes chop.
It's like a video game. That's the pick-upable item that drops. Just the chops of lamb.
Chops. You hit it and it instantly disperses into chops.
Collected 2 lamb chops.
The viscera, the gore, the leftovers of
That's
the
all
kill.
Gone. You've got some fuzz. Yeah, you've got some lamb wool. And you can break down the lamb chops into lollipops if you want. But that's...
Lammy pops.
Yeah. I have the power. Oh, God.
Yeah,
that's a lot of...
I have the power.
A lot of turkey going to be served on Christmas. Wow.
It's like they really wanted their review to be featured. Like, saying that this book made you feel empowered is such a wild... The feeling is not just empowered to do barbecue, but it's like, I felt so powerful. Like, woke up just like vibrating and floating above the bed. I must make the lamb.
My husband will be so emasculated when my turkey is superior. Do they have 2 pit bosses? Are they going to concurrently smoke 2 turkeys, or is it going to be one after the other?
I think she's
questions.
pit boss and he's smoking it elsewhere. These rich dietitian families got several.
He's smoking it elsewhere. Okay. Whew. These people are freaks.
Freaks, yeah. Okay, I got one. I want to read this one too. Yeah, this one's titled "Simple Instructions." It's by H. Bryson, an accountant.
What up, H?
Juicy and tender. That was the impression that my friends had when I offered the pork I had prepared following a recipe in this book. Even though I am not a barbecue lover, everybody was impressed. When I accepted the challenge from my friends, I had to make sure that I used the best equipment there is, but the biggest secret was the recipes in this book. It was difficult to pick one. They all look so mouth-watering. I did not have time to practice, so I tried some steaks, and they were quite tasty. You have to follow the instructions and find adequate pellets. I am convinced that this book was created to help people make the perfect barbecue. All the recipes contained in the publication look yummy, even when you start reading them. 5 stars.
Just not like... Boy, I've been on some of these dating apps here, and the girls look very appealing, very tasty, I might say. But as soon as I start reading about them, ugh, I'm convinced.
Yeah. Once I know that my carrot cake, one of the ingredients is carrot,
Whoa.
and how, maybe 2.5 carrots, I don't want to know. I'm just turned off. You know what I mean? I lose my appetite.
It looked good, but it has carrots in it?
It looked good, but it's got ingredients. It's not just the thing.
I have to preheat my oven? A slow cooker?
You have to grease this pan. I don't like the word grease.
Hey, Dave, doesn't that look good? Says you have to salt and pepper to taste. Did you read this? Did you read the instructions? I didn't know.
What do you think? I'm a super taster with a little gold spoon? I don't know how much salt and pepper I need, bro. I can't taste my way out of a paper bag.
Throw that book out. I'm convinced that everything in it is trash.
Witchcraft, perhaps. So let's go with the real deal for this Pit Boss cookbook. We got a review from September 4th. They titled their review, "What Am I Missing?" They write, "I'm really bummed. My copy of this book does not contain anywhere that I can find any reference to what pellet flavor to choose from for the different meats, poultry, fish, etc. I've looked high and low. I've read other reviews that reference this information, but not in my book. Since this was a gift, I have no way of returning it. I'm not new to the Pit Boss, have had mine for a couple years, and I do okay. I was hoping to elevate with new direction, but the book has just left me confused. 1 star.
Dang. What gives? Are there multiple editions of this book and September just got an old one?
I don't know, because many of the featured reviews speak so confidently about the pellets. But they don't necessarily say that the recipe says. It just says that,
right.
Get some good pellets. Almost as though, go to a good butcher and get a good steak.
You're not telling me a whole lot.
Mm-hmm. Hey, butcher, maybe that would be a good idea. Ask the butch man.
The butcher would know.
Hey, what kind of, do I want some applewood with these lamb steaks here? The butcher rolls their eyes.
You fool! Apple is for chicken.
You picture the butcher as a sort of soup Nazi character.
A little bit, yeah. Yeah. He's got a signature move. It's the butcher's block. Get out of here.
He throws the entire butcher's block at people's temple.
They are effectively blocked from entering the premises because they're bleeding out.
And yeah, who would want to go back and see that guy after he threw an entire butcher block and hit you in the temple with it? That just sounds, you might not fuck with that locale anymore.
You don't even know what wood the butcher block is made of. That's just another.
He knows, though.
Oh, he knows.
He knows what kind of smoker you could burn that butcher's block into to produce some sweet heat.
pit boss.
I do, if I had to play devil's advocate here, why not just pick a pellet? You know what I mean? Why not just be a little adventurous?
Mm-hmm.
Does, cherry wood versus apple wood? I know there's a different flavor profile, but the worst thing that happens, you go, I want to try apple wood next time. If you're buying a whole ass cooketh book with 1,500 recipes, you're gonna, I hope there's gonna be another attempt.
If all else fails, just douse some barbecue sauce on it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, get one of those, like, handheld mops. You sop up the sauce and dribble it all over.
Yeah.
It makes me want a Homer Simpson mouth. Just mouth the game. Do you have a review?
All right, I have 2 reviews, actually. It's an Amazon review. I thought I had the name, but I didn't say it because I didn't have the pit boss confidence last week's episode to correctly and accurately name the product Smucker's Goober, which is the famed peanut butter / jelly all in one jar product. So I have Amazon reviews for Smucker's Goober peanut butter. This is saying strawberry jelly.
To me, that's the scariest one.
I've got one for strawberry, one for grape. This is Doc Arrow's review. Doc Arrow titles the review "Sold" and writes, "Convenient and great. I started buying this product a few years ago and making PBJs for a circus of kids with..." You need a comma there to let me know how to read. Making PB&Js for a circus of kids with one jar made life easier. Swirl gives you the perfect level of consistency of both peanut butter and jelly. Spreads much smoother than just a knife of peanut butter. My husband literally eats it like ice cream. 5 stars.
That's horrible. Halloween's over, dude. We just did the Christmas special. That's terrifying.
I don't think this one is as scary. This is T Land Vine Voice. Their review of the grape flavor. They tell the review, "So good, I finished the first jar in 2 days."
Oh no. Oh no.
They write, "I haven't had Goober grape jelly and peanut butter stripes in decades, and I felt like I missed out on this delicious treat for so long. I decided to open the jar for breakfast to spread on slices of heavy wheat bread slices. I went through 1/3 of the jar before I even realized what happened. I stopped, but deep inside I craved for more. The following afternoon, I attacked the jar with a spoon in hand with nothing left to scrape off. Being overweight and having been less active since the stay-at-home order, I knew I was just making things worse for myself. I still regret what I did. But for the moments spent shoveling this stuff into my pie hole, it almost seemed like I was a skinny kid again, who didn't have to worry about obesity and diabetes."
No.
5 stars.
No. That's not the mindset you want to tap into when you're eating this processed slime by the spoonful, bro.
No, you don't.
It's what worries me is not the sugar and the weight gain. That obviously is not good. That's a fair argument against eating one of these in a sitting or two.
Mm-hmm.
What strikes fear into my heart with my knowledge of biology, as limited as it is, and the digestive system, is you are passing like more than a grenade's worth of processed slime ooze.
A metric grenade.
a football-sized grenade's worth of just processed gunk, and you're just pushing it through your body. What do your intestines look like?
I don't know what they look like, but I know what they sound like.
Where it sounds like you farted, but it's just your literal intestines making weird noises, dude.
Yeah, are we on a whale tour right now? Something sounds funky.
My stomach's growling, but I'm so full. I'm so full. I mean, how many of those bad boys before you start sweating swirly gunk out of your pores? I just picture,
oh no!
Do you know the Play-Doh haircut playset?
Yeah.
You push down the little dudes on the thing, and they'd get little crazy haircuts, so the Play-Doh's shooting out their head. That's what the fucking Goober eaters are gonna look like. Bro, how can you not get sick of it?
Seriously, I was having some dried cranberries earlier, and I used to go nuts on those as a child. But I had like a handful, and then I had another handful. I'm like, oh boy, don't have any more, because this stuff's gonna it's sugar.
Right.
Stop.
It's gonna just like make you feel weird.
No.
Yeah, we're old now, dude. We got to worry about, like, we have one too many Mountain Dews. We got a fucking ulcer the size of a crater in the side, right under our rib cage.
Not gonna have sugar again for a week.
The pictures on Google of Schmucker's Goober are either of the grenade canister just sitting there, or they're fresh open, top down, aesthetically pleasing, almost ice cream coffee like swirl. But there is one hero who made it to the top of Google Images, who shows the true look. I'm going to send it to you, Matt. As we do, feel free to let the people know what this Google image looks like of Schmucker's Goober grape.
Oh God, no. What we have here is about, I mean, there's looks like a regular, maybe unopened jar of Goober's grape on the side with the lid of our open Goober grape sitting in a bowl presented so we can see that it is like, I'm kind of drawing a connection between like someone holding a newspaper with the date on it to prove
right.
This is really Goober's.
Certified Nintendo stamp of certified.
We're not trying to fool anyone here. This is Schmucker's Goober, and it looks like it's about half empty. I'm saying half empty because that's the pessimistic way of looking at it. It's so much. It could be. I want it to be all the way empty because it is hideous. It looks like a sarlacc.
I was thinking the same thing. It looks like a fucking sandworm.
It looks just mouth.
Evil giant sci-fi worm opens its mouth and you see its disgusting guts.
Okay, so you've got there are surprisingly, shockingly, startlingly, there are still distinct sections of jelly and peanut butter, even halfway down in the jar. But what it looks like is just the peanut butter is looking crusty and chunky, and I know it's not supposed to be like that. And the pits of grape jelly just look shiny and globby and like so much blood spilling out of, I don't know, Haley Joel Osment in
like
Pay It
plasma
Forward.
Bubbling up
It is
forth from the depths.
Darkest, grossest, thickest blood spilling out of the walls.
It looks like a cross-section of a sick starfish.
Ugh. It is horrifying. It is a science experiment gone wrong. But hey, the little grape and the peanut look pretty happy on the jar there. They
I guess that's grape and peanut sex. Processed grape and processed peanut sex would not look pretty. It would look like that.
It would look a little ugly.
A little sloppy, but maybe that's how they like it. That's how our reviewer liked it, I guess. Bro. It's not Neapolitan ice cream, dude. You don't eat it by the spoonful.
No.
I couldn't look myself in the mirror if I had 2 Smucker's Goober peanut butter sandwiches in one day, let alone half a jar straight.
Honey, come look in the toilet. It looks just like...
It's got the swirls and everything. Isn't that amazing?
I think that means you didn't digest it, Chuck.
Well, how could you? Read the ingredients. There's
Just
nothing
goes
real
through
in
me.
there at all.
A solid grenade of sludge.
That's the one ingredient. There's two ingredients. Solid grenade of sludge, peanut butter, solid grenade of sludge, grape and or strawberry mixed.
God.
Pepperminted. Okay, I think we need to recuperate. We need
Yeah,
a
we
little moment. Good luck out there, everyone.
Hey everybody, thank you for listening to our lovely little podcast. If you'd like to go above and beyond in supporting our show, or have the most fabulous conversation starter since sliced bread, go to reviewparty.com. Click on shop and explore some fabulous t-shirt designs.
Where's your favorite place to wear a t-shirt?
On my body.
Mine is at the store.
That is a good place to wear a t-shirt. reviewparty.com. Click shop.
Why stop there?
Don't stop now.
Don't stop me now, because I'm buying a t-shirt. I'm buying a shirt.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm glad you made it. Welcome to the second half of the episode, and welcome to A Precious Max. Pump. This is a segment where we take a whole bunch of reviews for a single solitary product or venue or whatever it is and bust through them all at once. You could say, boys, that sounds kind of like steaming pile of reviews, and you know what? Shut up. I don't care. That's just on Steam. So
That's Steam only, okay? We needed a variant.
Today I have, we record these and then post them days later. So sometimes things happen. I'll cut out the preamble. I have a bunch of Amazon reviews for that stupid movie, New Year's Eve. Even though I know we're almost mid-month here. Shut up. I don't care. Hallmark is still playing Christmas movies. So, okay. New Year's Eve, the movie that Amazon says is by Halle Berry. But there's about 30 other celebrities in it. And yeah, I think I grabbed all five, no, maybe not all 5 stars, because I started to get jaded. But I'm starting out with some 5 stars. This is a review from Spicy Copper Top. They titled the review, "My Mom Loves This Movie." and right. My mom needed her old, worn-out copy replaced. I am happy that I found it and was able to make my mom happy. Yay! 5 stars.
All right.
The only reason I brought it is because it was just kind of the spitting image of that review for, what was that? Buck Hunter, terrifying Youper song.
Oh, yeah, the turdy pointer, bro.
Yeah. I gotta get a new CD. My copy wore out.
Oh, that's right.
Who was playing New Year's Eve so much that their DVD
on DVD, literally the media
out.
That's, if you take care of it, it lasts forever. You don't even have to take that good of care of it.
How often are you watching a New Year's Eve specific? Anyway, here's a review from Eric with a CH. Nice. Which makes it strange now that I'm reading the title of the review. Eric titles the review, "He is just so hot." And writes, "This is another fun love movie, which again, leave it to one popular actor to make it excellent and sexy."
Okay.
That's right. Ashton can be the dumbest character or just plain dorky, but he is still so handsome and very strong characters in which he plays. This makes us appreciate his acting even more so. He always takes you with him into the adventure and makes it believable. Or not. I am sorry, who is she? Oh, I thought this was about the hot guy again. Those of us who appreciate him will appreciate this 5 stars. Of course, the Ashton is Ashton Kutcher.
Hating on Ashton, huh?
Famously just a great actor. I mean, he's fine, I guess.
Hey, he's a Wisconsin treasure, isn't he?
He's got some Midwestern funk.
He's our Wisconsin himbo hero, dude. The original. I've met so many kind-hearted idiots like him in my time in Wisconsin. Or his character, I should say. Seems like a very intelligent guy in real life.
Yeah, I think he's actually he's with it.
You can only play a dumb character if you're pretty sharp, I think.
That's true. The people said that about Goldie Hawn, was that she's like actually super smart, and she's made her money playing dumb blondes.
Right.
Here's a review from Sean with a W. Sean titles their review, "Came back to edit my review."
Okay.
Sean writes,
Lay it on me, Sean.
I tend to lean towards a lot of movies set in New York. And this is a very...
nerd, dude. Oh, what a dork. What a dork thing to say.
This is a very nice movie, and I'd recommend it to anyone. The only reason I didn't give it full 5 stars is because I found fault with it. But only because I saved the 5... Oh, it isn't because I found fault with it, but because I saved 5 stars for movies I'd consider classics. It's a Wonderful Life, etc. Again, it's a great movie that I'd recommend to any friend wanting to watch something they'd enjoy. And here's the edit. I watched the movie again last night, and I have to say I upped it to 5 stars. I have to admit, I was a bit distracted when I watched the first time, but paying full attention this time, it grew on me even more. I'll give it 5 stars and call this one of my classic New Year's Eve movies.
It's not that serious. You know what I mean? No one's keeping points. Okay. No one's going to come up to them on the street. So I noticed you gave All Dogs Go to Heaven 5 stars. Would you consider that a classic?
Yeah, we're not looking at the receipt here.
Right. It's enough that to say, hey, I watched it. I thought it was pretty good. I'd recommend this to anybody. It wasn't perfect. 4 stars. Actually, I watched it again a little more mindfully, and I really do think it's 5 stars. Boom.
That's
But
fine.
not
That's
the fanfare of...
Oh, it is actually my certified classic stamp. 5 stars.
Yeah. Here, I think this is our last 5-star review. This is from a concerned mom who titles the review, Zac Efron fan. Concerned mom writes, okay, so I love it, but some language to consider and adult content to watch out for if the kids are going to watch. I have a senior in college that was in 9th grade when High School Musical came out. Kids now even love to watch Zach's movies. But unfortunately for my youngest son, who is 8 and also likes his movies, well, he is not able to enjoy them from here on out until he's much older and at his own discretion. I am a strong believer in the fact that God will continue to bless you in acting as long as you remain in movies that are in, quote, good taste. And Zach never has to even consider nudity or anything inappropriate because he is so blessed and talented. Again, this movie makes the 5-star list in any case because it is well done all the way through. All actors were very good in their parts, and I am glad I own it. Well worth the cost on Amazon, 5 stars.
I don't want to be too harsh on this lady
Concerned
talking
mom.
about this movie and actor she likes, but what a powerfully ignorant view of how the world works, of how Hollywood works, and how actors choose roles, you know.
Yeah.
Go that evil Hollywood industry is churning people out in the audition process. They'll do fucking anything, dude. They gotta pay the bills.
It's like, hang on, is there a check attached at the end of this? We'll take my shirt off. Put my pants off too?
There are very few actors that only choose roles that are noble, you know, for noble causes.
Right. I mean, I don't want to play a bad guy.
Right. Most, I would say, would want to do both, would want to push their boundaries, do as much as they could, you know?
Yeah, make yourself flexible and open and available.
Mm-hmm.
Challenge
But,
yourself.
You know, I don't think any actor likes to be typecasted. They want to do it all.
I think Zach has fixed that problem.
Yeah, in Hollywood, it's either because artistically they want to do it or because they are going to make a lot of money. I don't think there's a lot of actors, except maybe porn stars, that are just dedicated to their one genre, you know? Certainly genre specialists, comedy, the drama and stuff, but you think Tom Hanks is picking his movies, his 1,000 movies he's been in, because he's like, oh, this one has a nice message for the kids.
Yeah, I don't think he's being too discerning these days, unfortunately.
Yeah, I saw him in some movie coming up, and I was like, that looks like slop, Tom.
Yeah,
What are you doing?
Look like a bit of a stinker. Which is what our Amazon reviewer Bart Moat thinks of New Year's Eve, because Bart titles their review spectacularly bad. Bart writes, I'm a lawyer in Miami. This is a review.
Okay.
I wrote it because I wanted to share my experience of watching this movie. My wife made me watch it. I just gave you a skosh of the experience of watching New Year's Eve, a movie overstuffed with characters who exposit who they are, what they are doing, and their motivations. I get it now. The result is a sad spectacle of A and B-list actors almost painfully going through the motions with stilted dialogue, explaining to the audience at every turn exactly the implications of the plot developments. Quote, we're not sure if we'll be able to fix it. Quote, but we must fix it before midnight. Quote, we want to have the baby right after midnight so we can get the prize money. Quote, no, that's not a quote. I mean, are you kidding me with this dialogue? To sum up, I really hated this boring and pointless movie and didn't care about what happened to any of the characters at all. There was one short scene in which a woman was mean to an aspiring actress server that was well done. Right after that, there's a speech with a woman holding a dog with no less than 3 continuity errors involving the position of the dog. My wife pointed this out. I was proud of her. It's the kind of movie where you notice these kinds of things as they are the most interesting aspects of the movie.
That's rough.
As a side note, earlier in the day, I watched We're the Millers. I've never seen this before. He's linking to We're the Millers
Okay.
on Amazon.
Little cross promo.
Which was incredibly hilarious and well done. Watch that instead. Another note, whoever was able to assemble this cast deserves some kind of award. A shame they were all squandered. Caveat, Sofia Vergara is amazing as usual. It's kind of like one of those yogurt places where you can get all kinds of toppings. Amazing toppings, but the yogurt is actually dog poo. Spoiler alert, the dog poo is the movie. 1 star. He kind of said it all, didn't he?
I mean, he's got everything we like in a review. He's got he had a little gimmick, a little game he was playing at the beginning there.
Yeah.
With a reveal. He complimented a woman. You know.
Yeah. All right. That was a mouthful. I've got 2 very shorties just as a palate cleanser, and we're gonna kiss this segment goodbye because it's running lengthy. This is from Mike Williamson. Mike titles his review "Unwatchable" and writes, "I got about 20 minutes into this movie before I had to turn it off. It is utterly painful and devoid of any value. I await the day when someone can travel back in time and prevent the existence of this abomination." 1 star.
Yeah, another speaks for itself there.
I just like the thought that when time travel is invented, this is the priority.
Yeah. Hey, that Hitler guy, we gotta take on the way to Hitler. I'm gonna take a little pit stop, all right? It's just wouldn't be any different stopping at 7-Eleven for a little snack on the way.
We've got a time machine. We have all the time in the world. we can
Listen,
fix this
bro,
one other thing.
This one's personal, okay? I gotta take care of this.
And finally, this is probably my favorite. This comes to us from Alex Falcone. No title. Alex simply writes, "A deadly spore infects a group of 42 New Yorkers, forcing them to care about New Year's Eve more than seems reasonable." 1 star.
Oh, that's like a letterbox review right there for sure.
That's some tasty flavor.
Well, thank you for sharing. Oh,
I clicked on his page and it says he's a comedian in Portland, so
no. Yeah.
See if he's written some other things here.
In Portland, there's no government, so you got plenty of time to write jokes.
Do you have a review to make us forget about that?
I have a quick review here I would love to share. This review is from Amazon for the Spark Catch Light Up Baseball Glow in the Dark Baseball. Perfect baseball, gifts for boys, girls, adults, and baseball fans, official baseball size and weight. It's a baseball with little LED lights.
I love swinging a bat in the dark, you know?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. Well, hold your horses. So we got this review from Cobian? My boy Kobe here. They title their review, "Worth Every Penny." They write, "At times I would play catch late, and this is a great light up baseball. Only downside is if you play catch on a concrete, the ball does get damaged easily. Still would recommend 5 stars."
Did my guy say concrete?
On a concrete. If you play catch on a concrete, the ball does get damaged easily.
Where does he live?
See, in my mind, in my growing up youth, I lived in the sticks, but even then, going out on the street at night to play catch with the boys was probably more common than walking to the park or even going in a backyard to play catch with the boys.
And you wouldn't have referred to the road as a concrete.
Of course not. That's besides the point.
A blacktop? I can understand.
Yeah, sure. Let's go over to the blacktop and play some catch.
This is the one concrete in the country. Don't drop the ball on it.
Yeah, if we said the concrete, first of all, grammatically it would be correct. And second of all, if we capitalize the T in the C in concrete, then it would sound really badass.
That would sound so cool.
If you want to go and bring this bad boy to the concrete,
whoa,
be careful. The thing busts as soon as it hits the hard ground. Or hard ground, excuse me.
Yeah, on sports at night, there's a lot of room for drops.
That's true.
Even if the thing is light up, you get a light up frisbee disc, you're going to trip over something, that disc is going to go all across the concrete.
Yeah, and then, don't get me started on the homie says, oh, don't worry, I got the disc, and he whips out the jagged-edged concrete Xena battle blade, dude.
Yeah, and toss that over here.
Yeah, you can only do I would call it a pancake catch where you do the two hands slap down
those
together.
Alligator hands.
Alligator hands. That's the only way you're catching those. If you're trying to do cool, like one finger catching flicks.
You're going to bear palm that?
Yeah, that thing. And of course you'll catch it. You'll try and catch it lightly, but then it's just going to like sit in your hand and spin for a second. Just grind your little fist meat up. This thing, I think because it comes with a little battery that you sort of shove in.
Oh.
You like pull it out, you hit the on switch, and then you shove it back in, and it's sort of incognito.
Okay.
The cap is the same shape as the ball. That thing just will launch out like a missile when it hits the concrete.
Oh, yeah, shooting your eye.
It'll shoot your eye out, kid.
Kind of scary. There's going to be some crazy swerve on this thing if it isn't balanced right.
Oh, sure.
He's got a little bit of a spitball.
Yeah, these are illegal in the MLB because they got that wicked knuckle curve to them.
A little bit of English on that one there.
Yeah, the real good pitchers can throw it and then have it split in midair, so it looks like two things are coming at them.
I think they say that MLB is dying. I think that would be sweet. All games should be played at night with a light up ball.
Sure.
The lights
doesn't even have to be janky like this one because the MLB could afford a nice one.
A good one, yeah, not from Amazon. The lights are on until the ball is pitched, and then everyone's just playing in the dark.
As soon as they got the technology.
They got light up bases, light up gloves, light up bats.
Yeah, they got soccer balls. They know when it's a goal, right? It like lights up or like sends computer information, right?
It must.
As soon as it leaves the pitcher's finger, as soon as that last finger just swishes across the ball to put the spin on it, yeah, lights out. Doom.
The first 5,000 fans get commemorative night vision goggles to see what's going on, unless you want to watch on the monitor.
Everyone's in the stands like they're in that kid in the Jurassic Park movie when they find the goggles eating popcorn.
Oh.
Those are expensive.
Well, I hope this week's episode was a light in all of your lives, but don't throw us on a concrete because we're reviewparty.com. Thanks for listening.
We'll break. Thanks.
throw us on the concrete. All our limbs will just shoot off our torsos at high velocity. That's not good for anybody. What is good for everybody is listening to this podcast. We have new episodes every Tuesday. That's right. # Tuesday Reviews Day. Bit of a rhyming viral hashtag situation is very clever, I know. And if you'd like one of those episodes to have you yourself featured in it, you could send us a funny review. look us up at reviewparty.com, at gmail.com, and include your name in the message so we can give you some credit. Matt.
Yeah. If you want to reach out to us in some other way, shape, or form, you can do that on the convenient social medias that are available to you today, such as Instagram and TikTok at reviewparty.com, or Twitter at reviewpartypod, or go on YouTube and just search reviewparty.com and see what comes up. Probably us, hopefully us.
Yeah. You'll get there.
You'll get there. If you're not into that sort of those sort of fun and games, then just go to reviewparty.com, where you will find all of the episodes, the blog where reviews are written about, every single listening platform. You know, you kind of get sick of the one you're listening to. You're like, Spotify keeps asking me to go up to the paid tier. I don't want to do that. I'm going to go to Acast or something else. I don't know.
Chunkify. But
there's if you're a listener of one of those obscure ones, we cherish you.
Oh yeah, mad props gamer.
Yeah, you can just shout out at us anywhere you want. There's stuff you can do. What else could we do though, Brent?
I don't know. You could subscribe wherever wonderful place you listen. Obscure iTunes. You can hit a subscribe button, a follow button. I'm not sure what it is in particular, but I'm sure you're sure. You know, look at our little podcast page. I'm sure there's a big blinky button. Click on that. That helps us a ton. You know who else has helped us a ton? The Nosebleeds.
Mm-hmm.
Not drop the, because very big thanks to the homies Nosebleeds for letting us use their jam bread for breakfast. You can find more of their great tunes on Spotify. Nosebleeds, one word.
I forgot a thing. As of today, I received the email. I need to post it to our story on Instagram at reviewparty.com that I am certified 2023 Yelp Elite.
Let's go.
Baby.
They gave it to you early. They just said, hey, have this.
Like, dude, you got it. Keep it.
So this is not a review per se, but it was too funny not to feature. This is a comment on Facebook.
Okay.
On a sponsored post by Walt Disney World, which reads, "Meet Onani, a stylish Rhodian who's seen it all. She's been to guys, accompanist, and right hand, etc., etc." Explaining this Disney World character's backstory. For those who don't know, a Rhodian is a Star Wars.
I was gonna say that's gotta be Star Wars.
Yeah, Star Wars. It's the one who Han shoots in the first.
Okay.
For the like bug-eyed green people with the snout nose and the Shrek ears on their head. The frog-looking people.
Well,
so yeah, just an
man.
alien lady here, right? Nice alien lady who you can talk to at Star Wars World.
Okay.
Our buddy Joe Rando from Facebook left the comment on that post. "I will never take my child to see an alien so voluptuous and temptress. Just sick."